Hello, my name is Johnny. I'm from the pOedGamerQuehegan YouTube channel. Today, we'll be talking about another anime. Today, we are going to be talking about RahXephon. RahXephon is hard to explain. The best way to describe it is giant singing robots. Yes, it's weird, but it's actually very good. It's actually got a lot of. The story is very, very deep and very well thought out. This is like the special edition, like box set that has this little book in it and everything. There's a movie and there's the series, and the movie I prefer the series. They changed the ending of the series and they changed some things to make the movie. But if you can watch the series, it's a lot better, and I really, really recommend it. I'm trying to find the character page so that I can actually make sure I know the correct names for everybody. Okay. The main characters is this guy. That's Ayato. I believe that's how you say it. Ayato. So, and the main female character is Haruka. She is, I'm trying to find a picture of her. Let's see here. Because you find out things about, I don't want to give anything. I'm trying to make this spoiler free, so I don't want to like, oh, this is Haruka here, but this is blah blah blah. And okay, basic story. I will give spoilers from like the first episode, maybe the second episode. I'm not really wanting to not go, oh, like, I don't consider that a spoiler because it's like it's just the first episode. So I will be describing things that gets the series started, but as the series goes on, I won't mention those. I will mention names, the people that show up, like this. Well, it's not actually on those. That is the RahXephon. It's one of these giant robots. That's the main one that Ayato pilots. These are things that, yeah, Ayato doesn't pilot it in the first episode, but you see a giant robot in the cover, and you see, wait, this is the main character. It's put two and two together. Yeah, he's going to pilot it. So that's a given. But basic story. I think it's Tokyo. Tokyo has been surrounded by this bubble, and yep, Tokyo, and nobody can get into it. Nobody can get out of it. And basically, I think it was the Mullions took it over. I believe so. But what happens is the people in Tokyo, they think that the rest of the world was destroyed, that they can't leave Tokyo, and they're safe, but they can't leave because the rest of the world's been destroyed. Well, what's actually happened is that these aliens came and took over Tokyo. They're inside of a bubble, and the Haruka and this other lady that I cannot remember the name of are trying to get into Tokyo, and they break in. I think is her name. The other girl that comes with her, Yu Shugimoto. No, that's the. Oh, no, no, no. No, that's the lady that's the voice actress. Sorry, I believe. I think so. Yeah, Evie. Man, some of these names are very hard to pronounce. Hadamard. Hiyat. Hadiyati. I I know that I know I butchered that, but Elvie I think is her name. Yeah, Elvie. Elvy is her first name. So Elvie and Haruka get into Tokyo, and Haruka wants to get Ayato out. She sees him, and she basically take and they get out of Tokyo. Well, when they're out of Tokyo, they go to this like they see all this stuff, and he doesn't know none of this has happened, and there's this big chase scene and everything. They finally get out, and he doesn't know all this has happened, and they go to like this like convenience store that's close to Tokyo, and it's been abandoned for years. And he's like, and he starts getting food, and she goes, no, only get canned food because, and he goes, but I thought that packaged food would be okay for a few months because he looks at the expiration date. It's only a few months later than what he thinks it is, and she goes, no, and basically he finds out that that he's been inside that bubble for 15 years. He's like 15, 16 years old. So basically, science time has slowed down inside that bubble. And so time goes on. He's trying to adjust to the outside world, and they send these like giant mechs, and they sing, for lack of a better word. The people that's piloting them are singing like they do this like opera like note like oh type thing, and like laser in the actual robot like a laser beam would come out or something. And it's, if you like giant mechs, I can't really say you would definitely like this because it has some, there's things in it that are different, kind of weird. I'm trying to think. This may actually have a picture of Haruka. Yes, here we are. That is Haruka. And yep, that is Elvie. She's the one that helps her get into Tokyo. So, is this Migi? She is Haruka's sister, I believe. Yes, okay. Megumi is Haruka's younger sister. She's the same age as Ayato. And I think she's 14, he is 17, so he's a little bit older. And so things have been going on, and he's trying to adjust. He starts going to school, he meets all these people, and he meets people that he went to school with while he was inside Tokyo. Then you find out more about the Mulians, the people that took over Tokyo. And are they aliens? Are they not? They have blue blood. That's how they can tell that that they're not. That you can tell it's not human. Other people, there's statements made that said that why do you think, because barbers used to be surgeons and things like that, and why do you think that they're the barber pole has a blue stripe and a red stripe? Well, it's because it's for the blood, the color of the blood. Well, the red is for the blood. Well, the blue, well, the blue is for the blood too. It's for the Booleans. And there's comments like that made. There's a very, very emotional scene in this. It actually ranks up there with one of the my top 5 emotional scenes from an anime. This has it. This, Vandred, and I can't think of the other one right now off the top of my head, but they have something happens that you're just like, no, you can't believe it happened. And that I was really into the anime before that. Once that happened, I actually had to stop the series, and actually, it kind of startled me. Not startled as shock, but it really got to me. A character that things that happen, and it could. And I'm not. It's not one of the things like, oh, this person was killed, or oh, this. No, no. It's actually a very emotional scene. things happen that you're just like, holy freaking cow. I am going to say a spoiler here because there is a mistranslation if you watch the English. And I kind of had, because I watched I watched this originally. I downloaded this as a fan sub like a year before it came out on DVD. So, yeah, I watched it as a fan sub. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. Then the dub came out. I watched it dubbed. The dub is really good. The voice actors are really good at it. They know what they're doing, and they portray the characters really well. But there is a glaring, and I mean a very huge mistranslation in the anime. That kind of, if you watch the English dub, you don't really it's kind of weird. Okay. Ayato is pulled into this other world. It's like a pocket dimension. I'm not really sure. It's been a very, very long time since I've sat down and really studied the anime. But he gets pulled through this portal, and Haruka knows he's approximately where he is at, and she's searching for him. And Ayato can't get out. He doesn't know how to get out. So what she does, she sits down and she starts singing this song from her childhood. And Ayato finds his way back, and when they're in the car together, they're driving back. She said, "How did you get back?" And he says that he heard this song that was sung to him by a childhood friend. And she's like, "Oh, okay." And he starts singing that song. And it really affects Haruka. These are spoilers, so understand that. This character here is a I'm trying to look. I'm going to try to get her net, because there is because basically she keeps showing up, and Ayato keeps painting her, but he keeps seeing her, and she helps him throughout the series. It's Rika. He seems to know her, but nobody else knows her. Nobody else sees her, and there's a reason why these two characters are on opposite pages of each other. Haruka and Ayato dated. Well, the reason why we think, well, but she's 29, he's 17. She was in Tokyo, went to school with him. She left Tokyo right before the catastrophe or whatever happened. They encapsulated in this bubble. That's why she went there. She wanted to get him out. And she's basically spent the past 15 years trying to do that. Okay. But the glaring mistranslation is that okay, so he says, "I heard this song," and then he starts singing it. She's shocked because she heard him singing it. The English translation, what it says is, she says, "How did you get out?" He says, "I heard you singing." And then he starts to sing, and then she's shocked. And it's like, wait a minute. If he just said, "Oh, I heard you singing," and then he starts singing the song, why are you shocked he's singing the song? So it didn't make sense. So if you've only watched the English dub, you're kind of like, that doesn't make sense. But if you read the subtitles, or you watch if you watch it in Japanese, or if you turn the subtitles on, which I do recommend, if you have the DVD and you watch the dub, turn the subtitles on, because sometimes there are some drastic differences in what is said and what is spoken and what the subtitle says. But that's really the only glaring mistranslation or mess up they really had in the anime, or throughout the series of this one. So that's the end of the spoilers. Well, so I'll put the time code here so that the people know that if they didn't want spoilers, they could skip over that section. Okay, but RahXephon, it's a very good anime. It's more drama. It's it's a love story. It's action. I mean, lots of emotions go through this series. It's designed to put you kind of like on an emotional roller coaster. If you like Neon Genesis Evangelion, I think I said that correctly, and you liked how that went and how the characters are completely screwed up, you're kind of, this. I mean, this has a lot of emotional baggage with it. A lot of the characters are like, wait, oh man, this is going on, and blah, and so much is basically beating on the psyches of these characters. If you don't want to sit through I think it's a 26 episode series, because this is the series here. I think this is the last DVD. Does it tell me the episode numbers? Probably not. No, it does not. That's great. But what you have, I'm hoping that it tells me inside. No, it doesn't. But what you have is I think it's 26 episodes. This series, it's a lot to get through. I mean, there is a lot to get through. I mean, it's so much, and it's not something you can really binge watch. It is so emotionally draining after some episodes that you can't just power through it. I mean, you probably could, but I don't think you would get the full effect of the series. So this is something you really want to watch, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 episodes, because I bought it a DVD at a time. The first DVD had 5 episodes, then 4, then 3, then 4, 3, 4, and 3. So I was watching 3 or 4 episodes, but there is one episode that I'm looking to see if I can see where that is. I think it's on the 6th DVD maybe. That something happens that really, at that point, I stopped. I mean, I didn't finish that episode. I had to stop and really go, wow, this is kind of heavy. I need a break for a second. But if you don't want to sit down and go through that huge slog of a series, the movie, it is pretty good. I mean, I really enjoyed it. They changed some things around. I mean, they have to. I mean, you're taking like a humongously long series and you're trying to condense it down to like 2 hours maybe, however the running time of this is. The movie, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't say. That's good. 120 minutes. Actually, I was right. 2 hours. So yeah, 2-hour movie versus a gigantic series. So they're going to cut a lot of stuff, and they're going to have to change a few things. The ending of this is a lot easier to understand than the ending to this. But if you like anime series that have that mental aspect to them and are really you really get attached to characters, and you can really feel or you can't really feel it because they're going through things that most people will never go through, and I hope I never go through. But very good. You get really emotionally invested in these characters, and it's a series that I'm trying to say things without giving away anything. So basically, what I want to say is watch it. It is very good. You have a lot of characters I didn't mention. You have this character. I'm not going to mention who she is. But most of these you have, I mean, this is the like mech that they take into Tokyo. This is what it looks like. And it's robotic versus the Mullions. What they have are things like that. Yeah, that's just the RahXephon on the cover of that one. But I highly recommend it. It is very, very good. It is very emotional. I know I've said that a few times, but I have to stress that if you're not a person that likes that type of an anime, you're probably going to have issues with this. But if you do like it, Serial Experiment Lane, the way that was, it's not as mental as that one. It's nowhere near that. Serial Experiment Lane is one of those that it's a mind. Yeah, it's very out there, and you really have to focus on it. This one, you have to focus. It's very emotional and really pulls you in. If you like that type of anime, highly recommend it. Well, I'm going to end here. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be back next week with another Talk About Anime episode. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up or a like or whatever. They haven't changed yet. I know you used to be able to say favorites, but they removed that. But leave me a comment. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you think about this series. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, if I kind of pushed you into watching it. This was done by ADV Films, so it's not on Funimation. It may be difficult to find. There is a manga to it. The manga is completely different. I think it's only 2 volumes also. And in the manga, Ayato has a sister. And I don't even believe Haruka is in the manga. I mean, it's completely and utterly different. So, I enjoyed the manga, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the anime. But hope you enjoyed it, and as always, till next time.
Thank you for watching my video. If you liked the video, go ahead and give me a like. If you'd like to see more from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I release at least 2 videos a week. Most of the time I release more. Leaving a comment actually helps me a lot. It helps me know what you'd like, dislike, or would like to see on my channel. So go ahead and leave me a comment. If you would like to get in touch with me, have any questions, anything like that, you can go ahead and email me at vmail@pOedGamer.com. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.